Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Generations of the Game podcast. Of course, I'm one of your co-hosts here, JP. Also got my other two other co-hosts besides us, the co-pilots. We got, introduce yourself, Mr. Will Lyons.
Well, I think I'm Joe Lyons. No, just what's good, everybody?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And of course, we got back with us this week, my boy, the myth, the legend, Coach JJ. What's going on, Coach JJ?
Happy autumn to all. Death to all mosquitoes. Death to all poison ivy. Yes.
Excuse me, y'all. But yeah. But let's get ready to get this show popping. And man, first off, it's been a rough week for the sports entertainment world. And we got to start off, of course, on a sad note. And as the show goes on, it would definitely get better. First off, we lost three iconic legends this week. We lost Dikembe Mutombo. We lost Pete Rose. And of course, on Tuesday, we lost the great actor, John Amos. We're going to start with Dikembe Mutombo first. I'm going to let I'm actually let JJ start it off about Dikembe Mutombo, then Will, and then I'll go on with the final words. But go ahead, JJ. Speak on the passing of Dikembe Mutombo, which was kind of shocking because I don't think none of us knew he was sick.
No. Not in my house. No. Yeah, that finger wag was iconic. Deep voice was iconic. The first NBA global ambassador. He was a given man worldwide, not just the continent of Africa, not just in America, but he's a worldwide figure when it came to basketball. But I was reading something today about when he first came here in 1987. He could only speak French. Then John Thompson did a press conference saying he got this amazing 5'10" kid that everybody needs to look at. And a week after the press conference, the 7'2" dude came to court. He said he had a growth spurt. He said, I'm sorry, he had a growth spurt. My bad, my apologies. So, big loss because I've been watching them, 30 plus years. Big loss. But all week long I've been thinking about no, the finger wag. And I've been thinking about when they took Seattle out, that was the first 8 seed to take a 1 seed out in the playoffs. When he grabbed the ball and held it on the ground at the end. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. 2001 Sixers went to the finals because we made that trade with Theo Rattler.
Yep.
Just couldn't mess with Shaq. Shaq mess with him.
Yep. Well, speak on the passing of the late, great Dikembe Mutombo, brother.
That's a major loss. I mean, he was a great player, one of the greatest, like defensive players and role players, that you'll ever come across. But it's common knowledge that he was, even better of a person, than he was a basketball player. And that says a lot when you're talking about a 4-time defensive player of the year and a Hall of Famer. The work he did, in his native, Democratic Republic of Congo, with putting his own money into healthcare, a school, anything to better, the lives of his people, and we don't see that, it's not a common theme. Now it's a little more common. You see a few players that have a school and stuff like that, but, to come from, circumstances like that, make it big and never forget where you came from, that's special stuff. And I actually didn't know until this week that Mutombo originally went to Georgetown on an academic scholarship, and Coach Thompson talked him into playing basketball.
Wow, I didn't know that myself. Wow. I can remember, man, going back to when Alonzo Mourning first signed with Georgetown. and it was him. They had another McDonald's All-American named Milton Bell, who transferred out after his freshman year. And I remember reading, social media wasn't around back then, but I remember reading about this 7'2" giant that they had coming in with Alonzo Mourning. And they said he has a lot of potential and he's a name to file for the future. And I think at the time, the Congo was Zaire at the time. He's called it Zaire. He came from Zaire. And he said he was 7'2". And I'm like, wow, okay, who's this guy? Who's this guy that they're talking about? And I remember seeing Dikembe Mutombo his freshman year. He was raw, but he was a great shot blocker. And I really thought that with him and Alonzo Mourning, I thought Georgetown was going to get a national championship. But I think the problem was probably the guard play that they had. And I'll tell you one thing, and this is on, we're talking about Georgetown. I feel as though John Thompson made a mistake on one day. Kenny Anderson wanted to go to Georgetown. All he's waiting for was a call from John Thompson. And John Thompson didn't recruit Kenny Anderson, who was the #1 high school player in the country at the time. So if you talk about, you put Kenny Anderson with Mourning and Mutombo, that'd have been a national championship, even with UNLV there in the way. They'd have been a national champion. They'd have won a national championship, even with Duke and UNLV. But getting back to Mutombo, though, man, like you said, easily one of the top five defensive players in our lifetime. I can't speak on Bill Russell. We know the greatness of Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, and all the others. But Dikembe Mutombo, man, he was amazing. You know, great shot blocker, great rebounder, could score a little bit, could get you 12 to 15 points a game. Had a nice little 12 to 15 foot jump shot he could shoot. But as you said, Will, he was even a better person off the court than he was on the court. I mean, he built a hospital in the middle of a poor area. And the reason why he got involved with building a hospital for the Congo and everything was because his mother got sick when he was a kid. And there wasn't a hospital in the vicinity. As a result, I believe she passed away. So as a result of seeing that, that's why he did so much for Congo and even with Africa, even with the mosquitoes and the malaria stuff. He did stuff with that, the sprays and everything. So this man was just great, better, even as great as he was on the court, even better off the court. And let him be an example, man, of what it's like to be somebody for the people, the man of the people. And that's the epitome of what Dikembe Mutombo was, man. And of course, you know, with me being a huge Georgetown fan and, you know, him going to Georgetown, it was crushing not only for Georgetown basketball, he's only 58 years old, but also for the world, man, for humanitarian and the world. I saw a video the other day where a kid had a tumor on the side of his face. He brought the kid over from the Congo to come here and get the tumor off his face. It's the type of person that we're talking about, the humanitarian, you know. And all I can say is, man, is God bless Dikembe Mutombo. All I can say, sir, is job well done, man. And you're the epitome of somebody with celebrity status caring about people. And for that, man, we salute you and we appreciate you. Okay, as we go on to the second one that we have to talk about, I'll start off with this one, man. Pete Rose. Pete Rose passing away. That was a tough one, man. Man, Pete Rose is one of my earliest sports memories I can remember as a kid. The ones I remember the most as a kid is Pete Rose, Bruce Jenner, Dr. J, Muhammad Ali, and Edwin Moses. Those were the ones that I remember the most when I was like 4 years old. That was back in 1976 when I was 4. And Pete Rose, man, one of the best baseball players ever. Charlie Hustle, But and I'm going on a little. Here's a rant, real quick, a quick rant, real quick. Pete Rose should have been in the Hall of Fame. Oh, he bet on baseball. I don't give a damn about any of that stuff. You see where gambling is today. I don't give a damn about that stuff. He didn't throw games or anything. He bet on games. So what? Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. And I think it's a disgrace that watch all of a sudden baseball, the MLB, all of a sudden is going to put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame when this man wasn't even here to receive his flowers. That's ridiculous. Anyway, we'll start with you, man. Speak on the legacy and the passing of Pete Rose.
Honestly, I don't have a lot. It's kind of before my time, but I know he was a hell of a player, and then did his thing, as an executive in the game, and it is a shame that they couldn't find some type of way to honor him. Looking at what he was doing. He didn't throw. He said he didn't throw games. He wasn't point shaving or anything like that. And if anything, he could at least been in, just as for his legacy as a player, But it's a sad day, man. I know, like you said before we started the show, man. It's just been a really rough week, for sports and entertainment fans. Like, I don't really follow baseball, but I know the name Pete Rose for sure. Been around the game. Long before I was even a thought. So, may he rest in peace, man, and may his legacy of, who he was and what he did, on the field and everything, outlive the other.
Yes, very well said, brother. JJ, speak on it, good brother.
He got the name Charlie Hustle from Whitey Ford and Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle hit a ball, and it was like 10 feet over his head. He still tried to get at the ball. And Whitey Ford said, look at Charlie Hustle. Look at him. Chasing everything. His enthusiasm for that sport should be taken in every sport. If folks had his enthusiasm, say, for basketball or football or whatever, they think that person had ADHD because he went all in. I mean, he knocked catches out, ran over people. I mean, he was that dude. When he was running, his eyes, he was going for the base, and he dove in. You don't see nobody doing that no more. If folks had his enthusiasm, man, whew, he had 10 200 hit seasons, which is unheard of. Unheard of. He was the man. He came over to the Phillies and made me smile in 1980. Made me smile in 1983 also, but they lost the World Series. But he was that dude. Always swung at the first pitch. Man, I watched him a lot growing up. So, RIP to the man. And Major League Baseball, shame on you. Because you got wife beaters in the Hall of Fame, but you got somebody who bet on gambling. Gambling is huge now and not in the Hall of Fame. But you got woman beaters in the Hall of Fame. So, Major League Baseball, shame on you.
Bro, I agree with you 100%. Shame on Major League Baseball. It's a disgrace that y'all putting this man in the Hall of Fame, probably after, especially that they will put him in the Hall of Fame after he done passed away. Give him his flowers while he was here, man. Pete Rose deserved it, man. And to the Rose family, man, rest in peace. You know what I mean? I mean, the Rose family, condolences and everything. Pete Rose, man, you were a legendary sports figure, period, man. And one of the best athletes we've ever seen. So rest in peace to you, Pete. Man, job well done, brother. Definitely job well done. And now we go on to the third one, man. Shocking. Shocker. The best TV dad ever. Some ways, he reminded me of my dad a little bit, as far as like with the toughness, how he was with his kids and stuff like that there. He reminded me of my dad just a little bit, you know. But we lost the great John Amos, a.k.a. James from Good Times, a.k.a. Mr. McDowell from Coming to America. Man, what a huge loss. And to come to find out, he died August 21st. It was a shocker. JJ, speak on the legacy of Mr. John Amos. And of course, we can't forget his legendary, real quick. We can't forget his legendary movies like Uptown Saturday Night and what's the other one? JJ with Bill Cosby in that minute.
Kansas City Mac.
Yeah, and of course he had that famous line in there. He's like, Biggie, to get ass, you got to bring ass. Remember that one? He had that famous line. But anyway, JJ, speak on the legacy of the late great Mr. John Amos.
He was Kansas City Mac. He was Adult Kunta Kinte. He was also on Martin. He was Tommy's father on Martin. He was the Marine Corps drill sergeant. I put that clip on my story on Instagram, but the immortal words of Florida Evans, damn. Yeah, man, when he died in 1977, she uttered them words, and I had to say it now since I have the opportunity, but damn. At work yesterday, I wore the Good Time T-shirt. I wore it, had my glasses on. So the older teachers, they knew it. They gave me a salute. That's like, yeah, like JJ, like that's dope. I said, man, I had to do it, man. Like it's probably the best. I like probably the best American TV dad ever. Notice I mentioned Bill Cosby, but yeah, James Evans was that dude. But watching Good Times, watching Uptown Saturday Night, watching oh man. Uptown Saturday Night, do it again. Yes, JB, do it again. Let's do it again. And like I said, Martin, he was Tommy's dad, so he's been on TV, and he's from East Orange, New Jersey. I think he went to school with Coach Tate. Come to think about it, I got hit Coach Tate up. I think they graduated together. Him, Coach Tate, Deion Warwick. I think they all came out East Orange at the same time. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
And what's that other famous line he had when Biggie Smalls in the movie? What did he say? Biggie, your mama's still up there cleaning. Your mom's still a maid cleaning the house or something. It was something funny similar to that he said in the movie. But yo, that movie was a classic, man. Uptown Saturday Night, man. That's an all-time classic right there. But yeah.
Geeky Dan, 77 Cadillac, yes, sir.
Yeah. But for Good Times, my favorite episodes, of course, was two that I can think of. Actually, it's more than that. 3 was when JJ was taking a girl from Uptown, and she lived in a nice area to the prom. Remember that episode? And JJ was like, well, I forgot the name of the family, but he's like, hi, Mr. Richard so-and-so. Well, I guess I'm getting ready to go. And James told him, like, nah, there's one place a man doesn't do, run from his house. That was a true line. That was a real good line. And then of course the other one was Mad Dog. When him and Mad Dog got into it. That was probably my favorite episode that he had on there. He said, all I want is get my 5 minutes on Mad Dog, just 5 minutes. You know, he's like, I'm take that trigger finger and I'm gonna bend it north, south, east, and west. I remember that. But that was a deep episode though, especially at the end with Mad Dog. Yeah, with Mad Dog's mom. That was a deep episode. And of course,
you want to hit me?
Who could ever forget the episodes that he had with Sweet Daddy? with the painting that JJ did of Sweet Daddy's lady at the time. That was classic, man.
JJ about to die.
JJ's about to die. Messing with Sweet Daddy.
Oh, man.
But you know what? We've been on enough. Will, speak on the passing of Mr. John Amos, good brother.
I mean, definitely, a true legend, from our community. Obviously I did see Good Times. I haven't seen every episode like you guys. I caught it in syndication, but he definitely was a good example, just a hardworking, black man that only cared about his family. So that was really dope, to see, I'm sure, especially at that time. Even though, you know, personally, like I didn't experience it in real time. So I got a few other dads, you know, maybe above them. I won't get into that right now, but you know, my personal favorite role of his was Cleo McDowell, you know, in Coming to America. You know, it's like they have, you know, the Big Mac. We have the Big Mick, you know. Man, I just loved his character on that, man. Like, he loved it, man. It's like, no, seriously, you got to see this. The boy's got his own money, you know. Like, but super legend, man. Like, super legend, you know. Kind of cool when you think about it, going back, you know, one of the first crossovers, you know, from athletics into acting. You know, he don't get credit for it, but it's true. So definitely a loss, man. You know, one of the elder statesmen, you know, in the community, you know, losing James Earl Jones not that long ago, and then him, you know, that's a blow, man. We lost the two, you know, fathers from Coming to America, man. That's a rough one.
It's a real rough one. It's a real rough one, man. You know, and I can remember them. I can remember, like, as a little kid, like, you know, me and JJ was around when Good Times was on. You know, and I can remember as a little kid watching the episode when James died, man. And man, I thought it was actually for real. Like, he really died in real life. You know, when you're 4 or 5 years old, you're watching this. You're not. I'm like, man, he really died. You know, I used to think people really die, like, in movies and you know, TV shows. But I'm gonna tell you an episode, man, that was real deep of Good Times, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bruh. Every time I watch it, I cry and I tear up. Is when him and his father reuniting. Man, that episode gets to me every time I watch it, man. Like, I actually cry every time I watch that episode. That was like one of the deepest episodes they ever had on Good Times. Was him and his dad reuniting. You know, and it was like, man, that's such a powerful scene, man. You know, just him and his father reuniting, and it was like, man, it was deep. But yeah, man, Good Times. Good Times, when he was on there, that's when Good Times was Good Times. When it left, try to make Jimmy Walker the star of the show. Nah, bruh. Nah, you can have that part of Good Times. Yeah, Keith. They had Keith on there, and he passed away a couple years ago. You know, yeah, he passed away a couple years ago, man. The dude that played Keith, yeah.
But
and yeah, don't you dare bring it. No, you don't. Yo, Birdman, what's up, brother? What's good?
What up, man?
What's up, bro?
Sorry to interrupt.
Yo, Will, this is Mike Bird, man. Mike, this is Will, man.
What's up, bro?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Doing good. Doing
good, bro. Yo, we gotta have you on the podcast soon, brother.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great seeing you.
All right, you too, man.
Great seeing you, brother. All right. My man Bird, man. That's what's up, man. That's my boy right there. But yeah, man, you know, he's gonna be sorely missed.
One sec. If you know anybody in Willowboro, you got some auntie, cousins, I'm running for school board.
I know.
One on the back. And I expect to win my 14 votes last November. That ain't happening.
Nah, you know I got you, bro.
Holla.
You know I got you, bro. You know that. Hey, whatever you need me to do, Mike, I'm gonna get at you, bro. Let me know what you need me to do, brother.
I will do.
All right. Thanks. All right, brother.
Hey guys, turn for board.
Yes, sir. Indeed. He needs to be back with the school board. Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm registered this time. I'm back in. We're closing the gap, baby.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Whatever he needs me to do, get out in the streets, try to hand out some flyers, whatever, just let me know. Sorry about the political stuff, Will, but yeah, that's our guy right there, man. That's Mr. Willenboro for real. Mike is all for the people, bruh, for real. But yeah, man, John Amos, rest in peace, man. You're gonna be sorely missed. Let's move on now quickly to the WNBA. Let's start off with the New York Liberty versus the Las Vegas Aces series. Look, I know it's 2-0. I think it's still going to 5. I think it's still going to 5. Will, start us off with this one, brother.
I'll be honest, man. I don't know. I think the Aces, of course, don't get swept, but I think the leap that Sabrina's taken, Stewie's still Stewie, and I just think the Liberty did a little more maybe to address some of the weaknesses they had after they lost, like they did last year. I think, of course, I'm not saying the Aces aren't a good team, but once you get past Asia, there's some wiggle room there. Especially, Courtney, my bad, not Courtney, Chelsea Gray, she's not back to herself. So that hurts, the team. And one thing with Asia too, like there's nothing negative I can say about Asia's game, but specifically last game, it was a closer game, but she only had like 2 shot attempts in the first and then 2 shot attempts in the second quarter. You got to feed her the ball till she can't lift her arms anymore. That's the best player on the planet. Give her the ball and let her go to work.
Yeah, I agree. Also, they did it. What's the other girl with Stewart that's up front? She's like 6'5", 6'6".
No, John Paul Jones.
Yeah, she did a great job. She's making Asia work for everything she's getting, man. She's making her work.
Former MVP.
Yeah.
Former league MVP.
Yeah, she's a good player. And really, to be honest with you, they do need more production from the role players because I feel as though like Kelsey Plum and Asia is doing all the scoring. They're going to need a third member to really step up to relieve that pressure off the big two that they have. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too, that hurts them, too. Candace Parker retiring. That kind of hurts them a little bit, too. But, JJ, go ahead. Speak on it.
Hey, man, it's over in 4. Liberty won it. Liberty's more hungry. It's over in 4. I think it's going to be the Liberty and Minnesota. I think Minnesota's going to chink on Connecticut. I think it's going to be Liberty and Minnesota. I think it's Liberty's time. It's amazing they won the original franchises. They played in the very first game and never won a chip. That's amazing. I remember in 1997, they the jump on, the ceremony and all that, they played the first game. Them and the LA Sparks. And they never won a chip, which they went, saying they're overdue is understatement, man. Like they're due. It's their time. And New York City is great.
Man, New York City don't need no parade, man. They've had parades before. We need a parade in Philly. That's what we need. We need to have more parades in Philly. That's all I know.
Well, outside of Philly, we in trouble.
I don't think so. I told you I think the Sixers got a shot, but that's a story for another day. But
that's a whole other
We're going to get into that one eventually when the season rolls around. We're going to get into that one. But
we need new ownership. Sell the franchise.
No, they're good.
Sell the damn franchise.
They're good. They made moves, bro. I was critical of the Sixers too, but they made moves, man. They did what they had to do. It's for the players to produce. But wait a minute, we're taking away the lady shine here. We'll get into that at another time about the Sixers. But yeah, I mean, the Aces are in a must-win situation now. They're in a month. They got to get a game and then go from there and see what happens. But let's move on to the Lynx and the Sun. Pretty good series so far. JJ, speak on it, man. What do you see?
Minnesota is going to outcoach UConn. Cheryl Reed's one of the top 10 women coaches in history. Minnesota's going to beat Connecticut. They're going to beat the Sun. Just on coaching, and Minnesota got some firepower too. Nafisa Collier is the damn truth, man. Look, but it's coaching and firepower with that. They're gonna play New York next week.
Be interesting. Well,
I definitely think the Lynx win this series. Coach Reed definitely, been in her bag all year. Minnesota's been looking pretty much dominant. Collier, the best player, on the planet besides Asia, from this season, offensively and, defensively. So I just think, of course, the Suns, they have a good core, with DeWanna Bonner, Alyssa Thomas and stuff, but I don't know. I think Connecticut ends up being like the Buffalo Bills, being a team that gets real close and not actually winning it, for years, going back to Jonquel Jones' time there. But I just think I don't know. I feel like the type of year she had, like obviously outside of like Asia, man, like it'd be dope to see Collier get one.
yeah, man, Collier's tough. Imagine if Maya Moore was still there. Woo, my goodness,
man.
And yeah, it would have been it would have been crazy, man, with Maya Moore there, man.
Maya Moore, that's argument for the GOAT right there.
I agree. Maya Moore could have. I mean, she's already a Hall of Famer. She's definitely. I mean, her resume from high school to college to the pros might be. Well, you know what? As far as the WNBA, who has the best resume? Her and Sue Bird probably have the two best resumes ever. Who?
Cynthia Cooper.
Did she win in high school? I mean, they won national championships in high school. Sue Bird with Christ the King. Maya Moore in Georgia with the Collins, I think, high school she went to. They won national championships in high school, college, and they won titles in the pros. So I don't know if Cynthia Cooper won a high school state championship or not, but I know I know they were national champions. They were national champions in high school. So that's why I say they might have the two best resumes. And maybe Taurasi. Taurasi's up there. Taurasi's up there too. They're the three. Maya Moore, Taurasi, and Sue Bird, man. I think they had the best resumes. Will, what do you think? While we're on this, what do you think about who has the best resume?
I mean, I think that's definitely the conversation, but we can't leave out Candace Parker. She definitely got to be in the conversation. I mean, MVP as a rookie, championship is Tennessee, and I'm pretty sure she got chips in high school.
Oh, she won a bunch of chips in high school. She won 4, if I'm not mistaken.
So her resume is definitely up there. Swoops is another one. Played with but Cheryl Swoops is another one that's got to be, in the mix as well. And then I'm sure there's people that I'm not thinking of right now, but just off the top of my head, that's definitely, who comes to mind. Probably Lisa Leslie, if we look at her overall resume, she's probably somewhere in the mix of that. And we know who would have been in the mix of it all, and Cheryl Miller. So, dominant resume, didn't get to do it, still one of the ones.
Yeah, definitely. Remember, Lisa Leslie scored 100 points in a half in a game when she was in high school. So yeah, I forgot about Lisa Leslie. I think she definitely won in high school. Did she win a national championship in college? I don't think she won a national championship in college, but she did win one in the pros. She was dominant.
Cynthia Cooper won state title in high school.
Okay, then her resume is complete then. She's in the conversation. She's definitely in the conversation now. Now that you clarified that. 3 different levels, yeah, she's in the conversation. Definitely. But let's move on now to the world of football, college football. Let's start off with that. Fellas, last Saturday night, we saw a epic, iconic game. Titanic battle. Excuse me for that. Titanic battle between Alabama and Alabama Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs. Had everything you wanted in that game. JJ, what do you think about the Alabama Georgia game from last week?
They will play each other again in the neutral field, but that game was nuts because Bama jumped out on them, then Georgia roared back. They just didn't have enough time. But they will play each other again. They might see each other 3 times this year. But that game was the warm-up. And let anybody know SEC is that conference, that division. And have a former student that graduated 2021, so she goes to Bama. So I hit her up that morning. I said, hey, Mr. J speaking. I'm going to catch you early because I know you got a long day ahead of you. I was like, have fun. She's like, thanks, Mr. Johnson. I was like, I will. So Nia McDowell, shout out to you. And she's graduating next May. But I reached out to her before the game started, so she was out and about the whole day and all the after parties.
I guess so, man. Will?
Yeah, I wanted to get in a second. You know what I mean? But hell of a game, man. Like hell of a game. Just beautiful football on both sides. Like, sometimes you might catch a game and it's a little rough to watch, But that game was fun, man. It was almost like a prize fight, like every time somebody lands a big blow, like the other team came roaring back, man. And Milroe, he was a lot more composed than I've seen him, sometimes. Like occasionally he might have like a kind of random play, a turnover or whatever, but he was focused. And specifically that play, I think it was Ryan Williams, where he does like the spinning catch and evades the defense and runs it in for a touchdown. Man, you would have thought I was a Bama fan the way I was in here screaming, man. Like, those dudes, man, they left it all out there, man. Like it was amazing.
Yeah, it was a hell of a game, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Them 2 catches that Ryan Williams had, the one on the touchdown, the other one where the acrobatic catches, he reminded me of Lynn Swan. He reminded me of Lynn Swan on those 2 catches, man. That he had. This kid is special. 17 years old. And they showed a stat today. His numbers are better right now than Devontae Smith's were at the same stage when he won the Heisman. That's nuts. And did you know that Ryan Williams is averaging 34 yards a catch? He's averaging 34 yards a catch.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's insane. That's insane.
Hey, well, my high school athlete, he averaged 37 to catch 15 years. I put a post on that the week. So I've seen it before.
Ron?
Yeah, Ron Morton. Yes, sir.
Yeah. But man, 34 yards of catches.
Hey, do the math. There's a lot of deep balls being thrown.
Yeah, definitely. But he had 477 the other day and a touchdown. This kid is amazing, man. He's really amazing. But let me ask you all a question. I'm gonna start for myself first with this one. The 3 best teams in the country are, I'm gonna go over my list. The 3 best teams in the country, in my opinion, is Bama, Oh man, I got Ohio. I hate to say it. The eyes. That's why I got a cough, but I can't even say that name, man. I can't even say that team's name. I can't give them their due. The eyes. That's all I say is the eyes. They're up there, and Texas and Georgia. Georgia. Those are the top 4 teams I think that separates themselves from everybody. Georgia, Texas, Bama, and the eyes. Those are the 4 teams that are up there. Will, who do you think the best teams in college football are right now?
I mean, that's definitely the top of the list. Bama, Texas, Ohio State. Tennessee's hovering around there right now, but Tennessee's going Tennessee.
Tennessee is around there, yup.
And even though they have a loss, like I can't like Georgia's still right there, just the amount of talent, the way they execute, even the one loss they took, it was like a close game, hell of a loss. So, that's it for me personally. Out of the group, I'd like to see, the Longhorns do it again. It's been a long time, but we gonna see, man. They got a tough road ahead.
Bruh, they got Georgia in a couple weeks, 2 weeks. They got not this week, next week they got Georgia. So yeah, it's going to be tough. JJ, what do you say?
Man, JP, I'm in total agreement with you until you brought that 4th team out. But the top 3, Bama's 1, Texas is 2, and 3rd place is the Ohio State Suckeyes. But Bama, they got the job done against Georgia, so they're 1. Texas got the most complete man at quarterback, so they're gonna ball out for a while. Then Suckeyes, they play Oregon next week, so they're gonna have a scrimmage against Iowa on Saturday, but they got Oregon. They gotta go to Oregon next week, so their days are numbered, baby. Their days are numbered. The Suckeyes will come out to play. Yes.
Yeah, they finally not playing Little Sisters of the Poor anymore. They finally upgrading that schedule now. They go to Oregon, and that's not going to be
everybody got ball down.
It's not going to be a cakewalk, but they got Ohio State has a special receiver too, Jeremiah Smith. Kid's amazing, man. I saw that one-handed catch he had last week. They got complete balance across the board. They do. That kid Juden, woo, at 90, what was that 90-yard run he had? Man.
Judkins.
Yeah, Judkins, yeah. He's tough. And of course, oh man, what's the kid number 32? Doggone it, this is a shame. I can't think of his name right now. Henderson. He's tough. He's tough too. I really like that combo, and the defense is good too. Their defense is good. So we'll see what happens, man. We're quarter of a way through the season, and we'll see what happens as things start to heat up here. Now, let's move on to the world of the NFL. Where should we start? Let's start with the Baltimore Ravens. Last week versus the Buffalo Bills. Derrick Henry like Jim Brown back there, y'all. And Lamar Jackson played well as well. Will, you start off with this one, man. What do you think about Baltimore's performance last week against Buffalo?
Well, I think they flipped the switch, but the easiest way I can explain it is they actually started feeding the workhorse. Derrick Henry, he got some touches in the beginning of the season, but they really started relying on the run as of late, and it's shown. Henry, even with all the yards he's run for, all the miles on him, that dude still, workhorse. He's about to hit 10,000 yards, close to 100 touchdowns. Definitely, one of the best backs in recent years. And Lamar's still Lamar, man. He just makes it happen. Dynamic, makes it happen. And just that quick, they were 0-2. Some of the analysts that don't seem to know much talking about, are they the worst team in the league? And now look, they're 500. Looks like they should be beating the Bengals too. So they'll be 3-2 soon enough if things go well.
Yeah, indeed. And their defense played very good last week too. The secondary took a lot of things that Buffalo does well last week. Take a couple of games for them to come around. They're coming around. JJ, what do you think about Baltimore now?
What is about damn time? You got a 350-pound fullback. You got the monster at running back. They let them loose. About damn time. But the busters of the week, the dummies of the week, is the Baltimore coaching staff. He's supposed to have 200 yards rushing. He left him at 199. Man, you a bunch of remedial busters, man. I got a problem with that. Big problem with that. But I formation, and they punch Buffalo right in the damn mouth. About damn time. That's real football. Yes, that spread crap, that throw the ball crap, that dodge ball crap, that catch the ball crap, run the ball. Love it. Baltimore loved it on Sunday. Loved it.
JJ, you sound like getting off my lawn type of older dude right now. Nah, but seriously, I agree with you. I agree with you. There needs to be a balance. Good. There needs to be a balance.
Yeah, that throw the ball, hot potato shit. Can't watch that.
I don't like it neither. The Minnesota Vikings are 4-0. It's unbelievable. JJ, what do you think?
The current MVP of the NFL right now is Sam Darnold of USC. I love seeing USC. Love seeing it. He's currently the man. JP is gone. Due to technical difficulties, please stand by. In the meantime, I will talk until JP chimes back in, but Sam Darnold is the MVP right now. Sam Darnold is balling. Sam Darnold is leading all statistics and quarterbacks right now. And as long as he keep playing well, as long as he doesn't get hurt, Minnesota's going to ball the Justin Jefferson Jet. He's getting the gritty on. Justin Jefferson balling. Addison, he's the other receiver, right? If I'm not mistaken, they played with Pitt USC. Yeah, Minnesota got some things, man. They got some things. And the other running back, man, got brave part. His brother plays for Buffalo. Man,
Jones.
No. Unless he got traded, I got brave part right now.
Chandler's the other one.
Probably thinking the wrong kid.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, Dalvin Cook, but he's not there.
Okay. Yeah. Minnesota got a complete squad.
Yep.
And they're overdue to win the Super Bowl. They are overdue. They win the Super Bowl. Prince gonna jump out from the grave.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Yo, purple people eaters and Prince is purple. Oh man, he gonna come out and dance. I'm telling you.
Just that now Sam Donaldson is put in the right situation with what he has.
Yes, sir.
You got Justin Jefferson one side, Addison on the other, and you got Jones at running back. You got to succeed with that. He has weapons everywhere. And the defense doesn't get enough credit either. The secondary is very good. The front line gets a lot of pressure. They have a complete good team, period, man. And it's good to see, we're a division rival. I like Justin Jefferson a lot, man. He's an exciting player, one of my favorites. Will, what do you think about the Minnesota Vikings?
It's dope, man. And then, it's cool to see Darnold, kind of find his footing. I know a lot of times, players come into the league, depending on where they're drafted and everything, fans are quick to, want to throw them in the trash, and it's not easy to come into the league, especially as a quarterback. And especially if you play for a team with a garbage line, And that's half the battle majority of the time. So, it's nice to see him doing his thing. Like JJ said, he's leading the league in all passing, positive passing statistics. And then just looking at it, they're extremely balanced, on offense and defense. But like Justin Jefferson is killing it, but he's, they have like 5 or 6 players, with at least one receiving touchdown right now. So Darnold is spreading the ball around. Everybody's happy, and they're doing their thing. I mean, I know people, I feel like, assume that this will be a wasted year. But so far, man, they look damn good.
Yeah, they do. They do. Speaking of looking good, let's talk about another team that looks good. The Washington Commanders. With Jaden Daniels at quarterback with the highest completion percentage right now in NFL history at 82%. Kid is phenomenal. JJ, what do you think about what you see from the Commanders so far?
The Deadskins. I'm not gonna call the Commanders. The Deadskins. Man, look. Damn.
Yeah, we getting a bad echo there, brother.
Okay, I was trying to be fancy, but didn't work out too well. But yeah, that echo is a killer. Yeah, the Washington Redskins, they balling right now, man. And look, I'm praying that Jaden Daniels has become our RG3, man. I hope he stays healthy. I hope the young man balls out. Hope the young man flourishes. They're first place in the NFC East, which I can't say too loud. They're first place in the NFC East. Man, it's incredible. Isn't he passing for like 80%, 82% right now?
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
He's completing 82% of his passes. Yeah.
Man, that is amazing, man.
DC needs some good news down there because football has been horrible for decades now.
Man, look, their last parade was a Stanley Cup parade. That's crazy.
Yo, they haven't had a parade for football or basketball in over 30 years. The last time the Wizards won the championship when they were the Bullets back in '78.
Oh God!
That's the last time they had a party. That's the last time they had a parade. '78.
And baseball. No, baseball. Nationals won the World Series.
Yeah, I'm talking about football or basketball. There hasn't been
30 years.
Yeah, 33 years.
They need it.
Yeah, man. I mean, man. And just imagine back then, Washington D.C. was hot. Football or basketball back in the '80s.
Yeah, buddy.
They were hot. But Will, what do you think about what you see from Jaden and JJ? I disagree with you about comparing Jaden Daniels to RG3 because I like RG3. He had one of the best rookie years I've seen, but I think he's a more accurate passer. He throws a better deep ball, and he knows what to do, man. I'm not worried about Jaden Daniels. He gets the ball out quick too. This kid's going to be special. Will, what do you think about what you see from the Commanders so far?
I mean, I feel like they finally found their quarterback, the future. Jaden is he's balling. Like, man, I'll tell you, like being in Virginia, of course, the local team, is the Commander. So I used to dread it like every Sunday, like, oh shit, here we go again, a Commanders game. But now it's actually watchable, with Jaden out there. So I have to, thank him for that for sure. And man, 82% on your passes through 4 games. That's amazing no matter how many years you've been in the league. But as a rookie, that's crazy, man. Hopefully that front office looks at it and says, we're ahead of schedule, and they continue to put weapons around him. Right now, McLaurin's the one receiver name, that they have. They got Austin Eckler, but he's got a pretty extensive injury history and everything. So whatever they need to do, whatever they need to spend, whatever trades they need to make, you need to surround that man with as much talent as possible and see how far he can take you.
Right, I agree with you 100%, man. Not only that, they have a good running game, and Terry McLaurin, man, he's one of the most underrated receivers in football. It's been like that for a while now. But that defense is tough too, with Jonathan Allen and Payne up front. They're tough. So the Commanders are getting better, and let's talk about our top 3 teams in football right now. Top 3 teams in the NFL. If I had to choose Minnesota, Baltimore, Kansas City, definitely. And we'll see what's going to happen with the Kansas City Chiefs with the injury to Rasheed Moore, because right now he's on injured reserve for 4 weeks. So hopefully it's not that bad. Maybe it'd be a 6 to 8 week injury. Who knows where he could come back? But Kansas City's chugging along as well too. They're getting their act in order. They get Devontae Adams, and oh man, you might as well cancel Christmas. So, but I don't know. JJ, who are your top 3 teams in the NFL right now?
JJ's top 3. The Chiefs are 1. Let's see, 2 Minnesota. And I'll be honest, about 3. When it's all said and done, this team's gonna pass Minnesota. 3 is Detroit. Jared Goff went 18 for 18 on Sunday, which is absurd.
Mm-hmm.
He went 18 for 18 without a pick.
The only thing that concerns me with the Detroit Lions is their defense. Their defense isn't as strong, but offensively, they can score with anybody, man.
Yeah, buddy.
They got weapons all over them, all over. Amon St. Brown, Williamson, running backs with Gibbs and Montgomery, and they got the tight end Laporta. Man, they got weapons everywhere. The only thing I'm worried about is their defense. But other than that, Jay, you might be right. I forgot totally about Detroit, and that performance that Jared Goff pulled off the other day was amazing. Will, what do you? Go ahead, JJ. What were you saying?
I said, yeah, man. I said, yes, sir.
Yeah. Will, who's your top 3 teams of football right now?
So, I definitely have the Chiefs, the Vikings, with their dominance and their balance. And then I got Detroit, man, just the variety of ways they've been able to score the ball. I do agree with you. Their defense isn't quite as strong, but I think from what I've seen, they get just enough pressure with your boy Aiden Hutchinson, kind of when it counts. This is just through 4 weeks, but Detroit, man, they look real good, man. I want, my heart wants to put Baltimore in there, but I can't with that record. But from a talent perspective and everything, of course, they can make their way up there. And the Texans right now is hovering right now too, man. It's, CJ looking good, so it's gonna be interesting.
I think it's next week or the week after that. Washington and Baltimore play each other. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a very interesting game, man. Very interesting game. Lamar Jackson versus JD Daniels. Woo, man. That's going to be something else. That's going to be something to watch, man. Man, I think we covered everything with the NFL and stuff. Oh, one quick topic before we roll. Colorado getting themselves together, man. Dion and them down there, man. Big win over UCF. Travis Hunter, touchdown catch, interception. Shador threw for 4 touchdowns. Colorado's starting to come around. If the Lions can hold up, they can basically play with anybody. JJ, what do you think about Colorado and the performance they put on against UCF?
I'm going to use a famous line of my boy Flavor Flav. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Don't Don't believe the hype. Oh, don't believe the hype. Oh, don't believe the hype. Oh, when they play serious teams, that's gonna test the O line and D line. Shadur's gonna be running for his life, man. He gonna be the damn fugitive. He gonna be Harrison Ford or the fugitive dog.
We'll see. We'll see. They did a great job last week. They got Kansas State coming up. That's going to be a test for them. So we'll see. Will, what do you think about what we saw from Colorado?
I mean, it was impressive. It was cool. You know, they're fun to watch. But I'll be honest, man. Their schedule is not like Kansas State lost. When they play Arizona arguably has the best receiver in the country. So that could be a loss. You know, and they still got to play Oklahoma State, you know, some other teams, man. Like, they still got to play Utah. I don't know, man. Like, it's like JJ and I talked about it, you know, before the season. I still feel like, you know, they could be around 500, man. Like, you know, like by the time it's over with the conference that they're in.
Yeah, the conference is pretty good too, man. You're right. And they could be 500. Who knows?
Because you gotta think too, like they're literally like miracle plays away from like having 2 losses the last 2 games.
Yep.
Well, the last game they beat UCF 41-20. So
Okay,
they did blow them out. But I know what you're talking about, though. The other 2 games were definitely close.
Yeah, the Baylor game. Yeah,
Baylor game and the Colorado State game. They definitely were close, man. Definitely. You know what? We'll save that for the NBA season. I was going to ask about the cat trade, but we'll save. We'll go over that. We give an NBA special coming up in a couple of weeks. You know, but hey man, we've come to the end. Another great dope show. Let me give my shout outs real quick. Shout outs, of course, to my co-hosts with the most, Will and JJ. Shout outs to them. Shout outs also to Mike Bird, who we had a Mike Bird sighting on our podcast tonight. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all out there in the Willingboro Township, y'all know we need Mike back on the school board. He only lost by 14 votes last time. Y'all know we need him on the school board. Mike is everything about the kids, man. I've seen it firsthand what he does for the kids of Willingboro. So we got to get Mike Bird back in on the school board, y'all. Let's do what's right. Let's do what's right. That's what I got to say. JJ?
Okay, shout outs. Let's see. Shout out to Willingboro 08046. Shout out to Penny Packer. Shout out to Willingboro Track. Shout out to the rink. Shout out to tennis courts and basketball courts where you skate for free. That's a whole nother topic. With a certain rink is charging $15 right now. People are revolting. So shout out to all areas of the world that you skate for free. Shout out to Hamilton West High School, my place of employment. Shout out to the 0609. Shout out to, let's see. Shout out to the Ohio State Suck guys because the folks going to be frauded in about 9 days. So, got to give them a shout out. But they're going to lose to Oregon. They're going to get blasted. And shout out to Will Lyons. Salute. Will is up there. Shout out to JP. JP's up there. And tomorrow's Friday. I'm going to work and have some fun tomorrow. Then, shout out to Club Dub. Club Dub's been off the chain the last 3 weeks. Shout out to Club Dub. Yeah. I go down on Sundays. I've been having a blast.
Yeah, shouts to Tony, man, with Club Dub. And Tony's a regular listener neither. I didn't even know that. So he told me a couple weeks ago. But of course, that's me and JJ's brother right there, man. Shouts to Tony, man. Thank you, for supporting us as always as well. And guess what, Tony? Might have you to be a sponsor for our show because Club Dub is getting there, man. We have to have Tony sponsor our show, be one of the sponsors, man, for real. But Will, go ahead, brother, kick your shout outs.
Shout out to my brothers, man, JP and JJ, the brothers with the J's. And then, just shout out to, all our supporters and listeners that's keeping us going, man. Oh, and y'all plugging your boy, Birdman. I definitely support that, and I just want to, say to the people, whatever the election is, whether it's local level or the presidential election, man, we got to vote in general, man. That's the only way to try to get anything going, to get the people that we want in office. So, if you don't vote, it's a waste. I know there's some people that feel divided and confused. Vote anyway.
And some of y'all out there need to take a damn basic civics course.
Facts.
Learn your branches of government. Learn what your president does. Learn what the vice president does. I'm hearing some of y'all talking about, well, Kamala's been in office for 3.5 years. What has she done? Excuse me. Joe Biden's her boss. Y'all should know that. Well, actually, y'all should. Y'all need to learn basic civics, some of y'all out there. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm a certified professional. If you need tutoring, come see me. I'm a certified professional. I can do this.
Yeah, go to JJ. He can teach you a civics class.
Yep.
Also, your branches of government as well, and what each one does, each one represents.
I'm a pro. Come see me. Come see your boy, me.
Some of y'all need it before this. Some of y'all need it before y'all start voting. Some of y'all need this, period. With some of the nonsense I see online with some people and stuff. Boy, man, y'all sound ignorant as hell, some of y'all do. But anyway, man, Will, you're right, though. Local politics is just as important as a presidential election. That's what people understand. Y'all got time to go to these damn concerts, go out there, party and stuff, and go to clubs and smoke your hookah and all that other shit. Excuse me for that. Smoke your other stuff and everything. Hey, all it takes is 2 minutes to vote. That's all it takes. Just go in, press your lever, and you leave. What's so hard about that? Y'all sit up there waiting for some damn toys on Thanksgiving Day for 4 or 5 hours and camping out. 2 minutes that could affect your life. Just do it. And on that note right there, on behalf of JJ, I'm about to say Jay-Z, on behalf of JJ, Will, we say peace. And we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Yeah, peace. Peace to all. Peace.